All right, hello again. I'm gonna do some work with proportion today. And I also want to show you this artist's grip, the artist's grip for holding onto a pencil. So um, most of you are probably right-handed, so you don't do it anything like I do it. But when you're writing, you're probably holding your pencil something like this. And the reason that we hold it like this for writing in general is that we have a lot of control. We can be very fine with our detail as long as we're drawing in about that size. And we can move our arm around, but that's pretty much how it works with drawing. The reason that the artists have their own grip is because we actually like to isolate that movement into our arms. And that's an easier way to say that is we want to have smoother shapes. So if I hold it this way and I start doing some action like this, we're going to draw a head. So I'm going to draw something kind of generally egg-shaped. I think if you experiment with this a little bit, you're going to find that you're going to be able to draw a better egg shape using the artist's grip than using your normal writing grip. And so right off, what I've done is I've divided this head that I'm about to make into halves, quarters, right? So I divided it half and half, and then half and half this way as well. And this is the basic template for a human face. And this is actually our eye line. So this is the line where our eyes are going to go. And we'll put more eyes in a second, but that's kind of where they're going to go. But we're going to make some more layout lines. And so I'm then going to take halfway between those, between the halfway mark and the chin. And I'm going to make another little hatch mark. And this is going to become the nose. And then about halfway between the chin and that nose line, we're going to have a line. And that's going to become the mouth. And a lot of people will use this trick that the edges of the nose should come out and meet the corners of the mouth, kind of like that. Now, you wouldn't always have a line all the way down there, but that's how that works. Usually have some lip there. And this guy's getting, and of course, this is a very generalized thing. Everyone has a different shape of face. And depending on the person that you're looking at or trying to draw, you'd want to look for attributes on them. I'm feeling like this guy's his chin's a little bit too small. So I'm going to pump it up. Get it a little bit bigger. That's a little better. And then I like to have a little bit, get some cheekbones going on these guys a little bit. Little cheekbone there. And so this is all about proportion. This is about getting the various sizes of the face to look right with each other. And this is probably the reason that if you don't like your drawing style, that this is why, that you're having trouble with some proportions. And so I highly recommend doing some of these tricks to get you some of the way there, and then you can fix things as you need to. All right. So we got a pretty good sense of the mouth, the nose, the eyes we got to work on a little bit. And one trick that I want to share with you is to make a third eye right in the middle. And the reason for that is that is about the space that eyes are supposed to be apart. There's supposed to be a space for one extra eye in the middle of our two eyes. And so if you get your eyes too close together, that's a weird look. And if you get them too far apart, that's also a weird look. And it's a very fine, it might only be 1/8 of an inch difference, but it's something that we really notice. Let me grab an eraser. Some other things. The colored parts of our eye almost always tuck up under our eyelids. And if you don't do that, you get this kind of look, which is like a crazy eyes. You don't want to necessarily have crazy eyes unless that's what you're going for. Wild eyes. I don't know what else to call it. What? It's a look. But normally, these tuck up in there like that. And a couple other things here. There's almost always a shadow on the upper lid that comes down onto the eye. We tend to make the whites of our eyes too big. We make too much of them. We actually, when you look at somebody, you actually don't see very much of the whites of their eyes. You just pay close attention to it. There's often some little details. All right. So that's decent. That's decent. This is a round thing, so having some contour lines can be helpful to make it seem round. Of course, value is also a great way to work with these. Let me get a little bit of charcoal here. Often there's a little bit more shadow underneath the nose. There's usually a little shadow here underneath the lip. And I like to have a darker side and a lighter side. That's a nice way to show that this thing has some form to it, some volume. I like working with charcoal because I can move it around a little bit. Some nostrils. Anyway, and there's lots of different takes on this too. Different artists have different versions of this. You'll find tons of different YouTube videos of all this kind of stuff. But that's the main thing that I wanted to show you here. Let's see, a few more. The top of the ear goes down, or goes from about the eye line down to about the nose line. But again, ears are something that are different for each person. Some people have larger ears or smaller ears. Ears grow your entire life. So if you're drawing someone who's older, they might have even bigger ears. And then you may not want to have somebody be completely bald. I don't think it's bad, but that's just because I am. But let's see. Let's give this guy some puffy hair. Now, you're not going to try to draw every last stick of hair. That's not how we see. We see hair as one big shape, maybe with a little texture on it. So I'm not sure. This guy's got like a quarantine haircut, I guess, maybe, where he used to be right, but now it's just a big mess. So those are some proportions for you. So try those